told my grandmother, my mom's gonna kill me, everyone's gonna kill me, and
What you want to do tonight? What you got to try? Baby, what you want to do tonight?
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Gail here, and today I'm back with a crazy story time. I know, trust me, chill, okay? Before you jump into any conclusions, I suggest you watch the entire video. Then maybe, just maybe, we'll be on the same boat, but I doubt that will happen. But yeah, if you end up liking this video, as much as I regret doing what I've done, give it a thumbs up. Anyways, if you didn't dislike it, drop a comment on what I could have probably done better. And as per usual, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, don't forget to follow me on my social media. Links are in my description, and don't forget to check out my blog. No, my blog is offline because I'm currently uploading new content, so but just take note, it's Gail Roses. And also, if you haven't watched my clothing haul video, I'm gonna drop the link in the description box. So let's get right into this video. So like this happened in the year 2011 or 12, I'm not sure, but I know I was grade 8. Okay, I was grade 8, 2011 or 2012. Imagine at that age I was drugging people. Yeah. Well, this was back in Tsumeb, right? I used to live in Tsumeb, a town, with my grandmother. She used to take care of us along with my other cousins. So Alina and I, my cousin, were in the same grade, same school. We're basically in the same school all our lives. So we just got from primary school, you know, so it was our first year. We're freshmen in high school, which was grade 8, right? And you know, you get there, you meet new friends, and you know, things just happen. Okay, but let me give you guys a little background on my grandmother. She wasn't strict, she was uptight. It's more likely or less the same thing, but I don't want to use strict, but you know, she just controlled us, I guess. Okay, that sounds a little too, yeah, but this is what she would expect from us. School knocks off at 1 o'clock, right? By 1:30, she expects us to be at home already. Like as if we even like own the roads or something. Like, are we gonna fly? Or and imagine my school was in town and we had to foot all the way back home, and the distance was too much. I wouldn't let my kid walk like that. Okay, I would. But yeah. Second thing is, whenever we'd have netball practice, it ends at like 6 o'clock, right? She expects us to be home at 6. So we'd always talk to our coach that we had to leave earlier, you know? And if you're not having practice, she expects you to prepare dinner by 5 o'clock. Yes. So now imagine if you have netball practice, you have to be home way earlier, or sometimes you just have to cancel. And that was really sad, honestly. Yeah, but anyways, that's just how my grandmother was. Everything was just done accordingly, you know. If you don't do it this time, and let me tell you something, if you don't cook, if food is not ready by 5, she's not gonna eat that food, and you'd end up feeling really, really shitty. We got to grade 8, right? It was probably the best year of our lives. We met new people, new teachers, new environment. Everything was just new uniform. We started wearing skirts and everything was just pretty nice, you know. So at that school, every year they would always host a newcomer concert. So it was more like a welcoming bash for new students. Now imagine every student is supposed to attend this motherfucking concert, but us knowing our grandmother, you didn't even have to ask because it was already a no. If you asked her, that meant mad disrespect towards her. So just let it slide and move on with your life. That's how it was, honestly. So everyone keeps talking about this concert, you know, like yeah, what they're gonna wear, how much they're gonna take, who should tag along, you know, groupies and stuff like that. And me and Alina in class are just looking at each other like, you know, you're not even gonna attend, so don't even engage in this, you know. But it got so worse to a point where they were talking about it every day, and we're just that quiet, you know. Oh my god, guys, it was so terrible. We're just like, yeah, too bad, you know. And so Alina and I decided to talk about it when we got home. We're like, let's try asking her, you know. I was like, bitch, no. So we tried asking my older cousin when we got there. We're like, no one attend the newcomer concert. I mean, they had beauty pageants there, performances, you know, by the cool kids. Oh, gross. Cringe. So my cousin was like, just try and ask her. She might say yes. I was like, I'm not even trying that, guys. I'm not even trying that. So Alina decided to ask my grandmother without me. And my grandmother instantly just, she didn't even say no. She was just like, that means you're disrespecting me right now. Like, yeah. So we're like, okay, clearly we're not going. Fine. So we go back to school the next day and people ask us why we're not going. And like, you know, my grandmother is like, yeah, she doesn't allow us to go out and stuff like that, you know. And then this boy, we're gonna call him Sam. Sam, this is where Sam steps in, right? He was cool. Everyone knew him. He was rich. He knew everything. He knew everyone, okay? So we were regarded as like the cute girls from the class, short twins. I don't know if both of us were twins, but yeah, they just thought we were adorable. So Sam is like, why aren't you guys attending the concert? And we're like, my grandmother, you know, XYZ, she's not gonna let us. So that's why we're not attending, you know. And if you know my grandmother, for people who lived in my street, they knew she was like, you need to stay away from our yard, even if you need anything from us. You it was so crazy, but yeah, she's lovely. Oh my god. Yeah, so Sam asked us why we couldn't attend, and we told him that, you know. And then he was like, no, but I got you guys. You guys should attend. You guys can't miss. And at this point, I was like, yeah, we can. And then he was like, you know what I'll do? I'll give you guys pills to put in your grandmother's drink. We're doing this. Okay. So that she sleeps. And I'm just like, what? What? Imagine we're just grade 8, guys. Like, that's like, that was major. I don't know, but anyways, he was just like, cool, I'll bring you guys sleeping pills. That was on a Friday. He was gonna bring it the next day. So it's like, I'll bring you guys no, on Thursday, because the shows are always on Friday. So he was like, I'll bring you guys sleeping pills tomorrow, and then you guys put it in her drink, or you know, something like that. Okay, cool. Next day comes, he brings these pills. There were so many, but he only gave us like 8 that I remember very, very vividly. But dumbass Sam forgot to tell us how to use it, because he probably assumed we knew, but we had no idea. Come on, guys, we're just 15 or 14, I don't know. Like, God. Fine. So he gives us these pills, like in a piece of toilet paper, and I took the pills, I put them in my skirt, and you know, I'm like, Gary, thanks, man. He's like, it will work. I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, it will work. Fine. School knocks off, gotta hurry, as per usual. We get home, and the show's that day, so we had to make it happen that day. So now we're wondering how we're gonna like give it to her. But I mean, normally when she would always take her high blood pressure pills, she would always like, you know, ask us to pour her some water or something. But something else happened that day. When you see my grandmother give a plastic bag to my older cousin, that means it's tea time for her. She used to like Tussin, a wine. So she sent my cousin Tussin and Coke, and she would always drink this in this huge metal mug. It was so big, it was bigger than my head. God, you know? So fine. My cousin goes and buys, and she comes back, and I'm telling her, I'm like, it's our lucky day, bruh. Like, you know? I didn't know that. Guys, I had no idea that you can't put sleeping pills in alcohol. Like, I had no idea, okay? So we're there, we're seated outside, you know, just there. We're seated outside by the veranda, right? So I'm like, yeah, it's almost time. And mind you, we had our outfits already under our pajamas, so we were ready to snap anytime. So fine. I take the pills out of my pockets and we're there talking, telling us how much she loves us, you know, reminiscing. Like at that point, we really didn't care. We just wanted to get out and attend the concert. So I took the pills, I hand them over to her and I'm like, okay, put them in. And she's like, no, you do it. I'm like, why me, you know? And at that time, guys, I was so gullible and my cousins would always manipulate me because I was the youngest, you know. Not really the youngest, but I was the youngest from the trio, yes. So I would always do everything. So she was like, no, you do it. I'm gonna check her, you know, in case she's gonna catch you and something. And I was like, okay, cool. So dumb, fine. So you know what I do? I take all the entire pills, everything. I threw it in her cup. I did. I threw all 8 pills in her cup. Because Sam didn't tell me how many to use. Because I mean, I assumed that, okay, if he gave us 8, that means everything, right? So dumb, like, God. Everything's done now. I'm getting excited. I'm like, bruh, in there, we're about to go. Oh my God, everything just took another toll. Everything went from north to south. So instead of the pills making her sleep, they made my grandmother 100 times hyperactive. I know. And I was just looking at Alina, like, what the hell is going on? Guys, my grandmother was dancing, she was laughing, she was cracking jokes. I was like, what is going on? Like, she wasn't even like this before the whole pills, you know? I don't know what happened, but she was hyperactive, okay? My grandmother was hyperactive 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. And at this point, I was just like, I'm still going. I don't care. She's drawing either ways. Okay, she's still there, you know, reminiscing, telling us how much she loves us, how we're her babies, though she always kept us locked up. This is what my grandmother always did. Before she went to bed, she would always lock the door and sleep with the key. Like, why would you do that? Like, we were young. Imagine she was doing that in primary school. I just... Okay, fine. So she's like, okay, there are mosquitoes out here. Let's go inside. I'm like, oh no, you know what's about to happen. We get inside. As per usual, I thought she was then gonna forget that part. She's like, no, come in. She locks the door and she goes with it to her room, puts it under her pillow, as per usual, and goes to bed. As soon as she fell on the bed, she just dozed off. Now we're stranded, guys. So we did all of this just to stay home. Why? Like, we didn't even think of going through the window because it had like burglar bars. But I mean, it was possible because we once tried sneaking out through the window. That's another story time for another day. But like, it's like, it was too exposed, you know. People would see you in the street and they would tell her the next day, and that means it's a good ass betting for you. Fine, we just accepted the defeat and we just went to bed, you know. So Saturday coming, normally when it's Saturday, you know it's spring cleaning, and my grandmother would wake up like at 6. So you guys know that you're waking up in the next hour just to clean, just to do things, you know, just so much. God, oh, I really hated that part. So it was, you know, 6. I mean, your mind is awake, you already know what you're about to do, but that day was very different. This is the part where it gets, because like, she didn't wake up at 6, so in my mind, I'm awake, slightly awake, so I'm like, why isn't she waking us up, you know, because she would wake you guys up, like, yo. And I was like, oh, okay, good for me, let me go back to sleep. Fine. It's 8 a.m. now, and my older cousin is like, why is she still sleeping, you know, that's not her. And then I'm like, why do you care? Just go back to sleep, you know, not thinking what we had done the night before. So cool, we're there, and 3 hours later, around 11, she was still sleeping. 11, 12, I'm not sure. She was still sleeping, and that's when my elder cousin was like, okay, I'm gonna wake her up. So she tries to wake my grandmother up, but she's not waking up. And I'm just like, okay. And then Alina comes to me, she's like, Brad, the pills yesterday, guys, that was the worst feeling ever. I was like, oh my God. And you know, and it was the times where girls would overdose, I don't know, over guys. it was trending, and I was just like, I killed her. And the way Alina made it, she wasn't making it seem like we were in this together. She was like, you put pills in her cup yesterday. It was you now. And at this point I was like, yeah, I killed my grandmother. My mom's gonna kill me. Everyone's gonna kill me. And I was just like, cannot snitch, you know? So it's like, let's just say this happened. Guys, we're coming up with a cover story, not forgetting that a damn autopsy could be performed or anything. So what is the thing about a cover story? But then she didn't know we did this, so she was just like, why is she still sleeping? Okay, guys, 3 hours later again, now it was the afternoons. I think that was like around 3. She decided to go to the neighbor. She was like my grandmother's friend, but she was very young. She was like, no, she's not waking up. I'm trying to wake her up, you know. And then she comes, and that's when now we come, the small ones, and we're like, why isn't she waking up and stuff like that, you know. Guys, she was hot. She was sweating, you know. We didn't even check her pulse or heartbeat, nothing. We're just like, oh my gosh, she's not waking up, she's not waking up, she's not waking up. Guys, 4 hours later, my grandmother, she wasn't waking up. 4 hours later, she wasn't waking up. At this point, I'm just like, guys, it was the worst feeling ever. I don't want to go through that anymore. Don't do such things, you know. I was incompetent at that time. So fine. This lady decides to reach out to my mom because my mom just lives in Grootfontein, right? So it's just like, how many kilometers? I think, I'm not sure, 50? I don't know. So she's like, no, she's not waking up, something's wrong, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, she drank, but still, normally when she drinks, she will still wake up earlier than she's supposed to for a drunk person, right? So my mom decides to call my uncle, who was in town, to call an ambulance, right? So they got there. Guys, it was so serious. And you know how these black people are, when something happens, everybody comes to your house and you're just like, what's going on? And you're like, oh my god, you know. Guys, she wasn't waking up. They're trying, I don't know, they just told us to go outside, you know. And then I was like, guys, I felt shitty. I was like, god, what did you do, Gail? What did you do? Fine. So they take her to the hospital and they manage to wake my grandmother up. She was awake, guys, but the state she was in, it was so disheartening. I was just like, I'm never doing this stuff again. When I saw her wake up, I was so excited. I was just like, Pisha, I missed you, you know. Like, she was hot, she was shivering, she was weak, you know. She was just not herself. She looked terrible. I still remember this day. I still remember how she looked till this day, very vividly. It was the worst experience ever. Like, can't believe I did that, but I did that, you know. Like, I was, like I said, I went through redemption. I'm past that. I don't drag people anymore. It was only once, so please don't judge me. Yeah, so they managed to wake her up and she was okay, but she was just confused as to why she woke up late, you know. And also from there, she stopped drinking. Like, she wasn't drinking anymore. Like, she limited everything. So I guess it had a negative and a positive impact. So, guys, my grandmother was finally awake and I was excited. And I was excited too, but I was like, you aren't even on my side, you know. Like, you're gonna sell me out. But yeah, this was the end. I don't know if I explained everything as how it happened, but like, I don't know, I'm a bad storyteller. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video as much as I regret doing what I've done, give it a thumbs up anyways. If you dislike it, comment down what I could have done better, and comment down a few video suggestions. Don't forget to follow me on my social media, links in my description. Don't forget to watch my clothing haul video. And yeah, for me, Gail, it's bye.